Welcome back, future medicos. In this video, we are going to look at the documents needed for medical admission in Tamil Nadu. All the information in this video is based on 2019 admission unless otherwise specified. So when the prospectus gets released for 2020, I want you to double check this information. This is only an advance information for you so that you can get prepared for the counseling and admission well in advance. So let me start with the documents needed for the candidates. The first one, you need to get the NEET admit card, which you will already have, so keep it safe. Second, your NEET scorecard. So once your NEET results are published, you should be able to download this NEET scorecard from the NTA website. So take a printout and keep it with you for counseling. And then you need your 10th mark sheet, 11th mark sheet. 11th mark sheet is applicable only for Tamil Nadu state board candidates. For other candidates, maybe if you are from CBSE or ISC or any other board, this may not be applicable to you. 11th mark sheet is applicable only for Tamil Nadu state board candidates because now they have a public examination at the 11th standard. So you need to have the 10th mark sheet, 11th mark sheet and 12th mark sheet. And in addition, you should also keep your 12th board exam hall ticket. So keep it safe again, your 12th board exam hall ticket might be asked during counseling. You need a bona fide certificate for having studied in one or more schools of Tamil Nadu from 6th standard to 12th standard. So if you have studied in a school in Tamil Nadu from 6th standard to 12th standard, you automatically qualify for government colleges and government quota seats in private colleges. So to prove this, you need to go to the school and get a certificate that you have studied in that school. So if you have studied in one school from 6th standard to 12th standard, you need one certificate. If you have studied in 2 different schools, get certificate from 2 different schools. If you have studied in 3 different schools, you need 3 different certificates. So each certificate should specify your name, the period of study, and which classes you are studying in that particular school. So this is mandatory. So please follow up. Now, if you are free, you can go and get these certificates. You need the transfer certificate from the school you have studied, or the bona fide certificate from where the candidate is currently studying. In case if you have joined an arts and science college, or if you have joined an engineering college and your transfer certificate is submitted to that college, then a bona fide certificate from that college is needed to tell the counseling authorities that your certificates are kept with them and you are studying in that particular college. So that bona fide certificate will be taken. You need a nativity certificate. For whom? Particularly for the candidates who might be natives of Tamil Nadu, but you might have studied outside Tamil Nadu for 6th standard to 12th standard. Even if you have studied 1 year outside, in these 7 years, you should get a nativity certificate. So either you have studied partly or completely. So out of these 7 years, even if you have studied 1 year outside or 2 years outside, you must get the nativity certificate. It's really compulsory. For those candidates who have studied all the 7 years in Tamil Nadu, for you also it's advised to get the nativity certificate. So even if you have some problems, it will be overcome. But the prospectus very clearly says it's only needed for candidates who have not studied here for 7 years. Aadhaar card, ration card or passport. So the prospectus says that you need either ration card or passport, but sometimes the counseling authorities insist on ration card. So see, if you have a ration card, well and good. If you do not have, you need to justify with maybe the passport. Community certificate, in case if you are claiming benefits under some reservation, either you are a BC candidate, BCM, MBC, SC, SCA or ST, then you need to have a community certificate. If you are applying as an unreserved candidate for open category seats, then you do not need it. Now, documents needed for special category candidates. Now, persons with disabilities, you need a medical certificate. I have covered it in another video, so you can take a look at that video. Ex-servicemen, you need a dependency certificate indicating which priority do you belong to. Once again, I have covered ex-servicemen in another video. You can take a look at that. And then eminent sports persons, you need your sports certificates properly endorsed by the relevant authorities. And finally, this year we have this 7.5% reservation for government school students. I'm still not sure what exactly the documents are needed to prove this, but subsequently when the prospectus gets released, maybe we will come to know. So this particular category, I'm not sure what document is needed. You need to check when the prospectus is released. Now, what are the documents needed for parents? Particularly, if you are not studying here, then you may compulsorily need these parent certificates. If you have continuously studied in Tamil Nadu, if you have other documents, maybe there might be a slight relaxation here. But what I want you to do is make sure that you get all of these ready. Transfer certificate, SSLC, that is 10th or 12th mark sheet, first graduate certificate or no graduate certificate. One of these, get it ready for the parents. Community certificate of the parents. If you are again claiming benefits of community reservation, then you need a community certificate of the parents. Income certificate if it is applicable, not necessary for everyone. If it is necessary, if you are claiming some benefits under income, for example, scheduled castes, SCA, ST or SC converted Christians, they have some benefits under fee exemption. So if you want to claim the fee exemption, then you must produce the income certificate of the parents. Now, additional documents needed during admission. So far, whatever I have spoken about is more about submitting the application or registration stage and counseling stage. But when you go to the college during admission, probably there may be some additional documents. So you need a PAN card, particularly if you are joining some private colleges, they might ask for a PAN card. Second, eligibility certificate. Eligibility certificate is not needed if you have studied in Tamil Nadu State Board. Okay, this is not applicable for Tamil Nadu State Board candidates, but if you have studied in CBSE, ISC, or if you have studied in some other states, then you must get an eligibility certificate. Where do you get the eligibility certificate? You need to get from Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR University, that is a state medical university. It is located in Gindi, Chennai. So you need to get an eligibility certificate from Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR University if you are applying for government colleges and government quota seats in Tamil Nadu, or even for private seats, right? So basically, if you are applying under government colleges or private colleges, which comes under the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR University, which are all affiliated to Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR University, then you need an eligibility certificate. If you are applying only for deemed universities, then you do not need it. Okay. So these are the documents you need to get it ready. So I'm not saying this is a complete list. I might have missed one or two, but I have tried to cover as much as possible. So when the prospectus gets released for 2020, make sure that you recheck all the items and ensure that you have all the documents. But this is given to you as an advance information. Please go ahead and get ready these documents. This is the most important step you need to do now, rather than looking at what are the cutoff marks for admission, because nobody can tell you what is a cutoff marks. So don't waste your time trying to find what is a cutoff mark, whether I will get a seat or not. So forget about it. Go and collect these documents, get these ready. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in some other video soon. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.